We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Parm Crisps, it is the Screamin' Hot Snack Mix. Now, I have left off a lot of these imaginative, over-exaggerated adjectives here, like Screamin' Hot, because most of the time, what we have is clones of one of the worst flavoring systems that I think I've ever experienced, which is the Flamin' Hot flavoring system from Frito-Lay. And Frito-Lay is I don't know what they're doing. So their big move now apparently is to put Cheeto flavoring on potato chips. Wow, that's innovation. Anyway, so I've been leaving off a lot of those. This one I decided to do for a couple reasons. First of all, it is a snack mix. It's basically a keto snack mix. So it's cheese crisps and a bunch of nuts. We've got almonds, Parm crisp, we'll get to that in a second, cashews, and pistachios. All of those nuts I like quite a bit, especially the pistachios. There is, I think, a hot and spicy or something like that Parm crisp that I've never had. So they're definitely, the ratio is going to be interesting here because they're shaking up all over the bag. They want you to shake this like it's a hot sauce. So, as you would expect, there is no carbohydrates particularly to speak of here. Let's just take a look real quick at the ingredients and see if we can find anything resembling a pepper or anything hot that would justify calling this Screamin' Hot. And I'm not finding anything here, actually. Like, there's no natural flavors or anything like that. Oh, wait, there it is. I said that and then I stumbled on it. So I'm going to assume we have, if there's any heat to this, I'll be shocked, actually. But if there is any heat to that, it might be from an extract of some kind, possibly. All right, let's open it up. Let's see what we got. And it's about what you'd expect. This looks like it's got red junk all over it, so let's get the paper towel out now and just throw some of these on here so we can look at it. All right, let's use the camera zoom for once, so you can get a good look there at the crisp. These are tiny. These Parm crisps. I think all the nuts are represented here. But you can see the dusting has a sort of a, see, it's got sort of a red hue to it. I say use the zoom on the camera and then I shove the thing right directly in front of it. I'm wise like that. But these are really small particles. So I'm gonna have it all together. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna actually get out our little going for a burn dish here early, because I don't want to touch these, because I don't relish red fingers. So let's just I guess here's the entire bag. There's the whole bag. So this bag is now bereft. It is completely empty. So this is what you get. And I will be honest with you guys, this is not a snack I'm ever getting again, because what you see in front of you was $6. So this is $6 of Parm Crisp snack mix right here. So, all right, I'm going to grab whatever's here. And we'll just go through it and just see, kind of what we get. How is it in flavor? How is it in heat? And go. Wow. There is a lot of textural differences here that I don't love. I don't know that I would call this Screamin hot. Naturally. So we have flavor-wise, it's quite good. We got the natural fattiness of the nuts. The nuts are not really distinctive by themselves. It's just kind of a overall fattiness. Like for instance, there's a lot more almonds than anything else, of course, because it's the cheapest. If you have a preponderance of one type of nut, then it'll come through. But the flavoring is really interesting because you do have an illusion to the sort of heat flavoring system, which isn't quite as crappy as a Flamin' Hot, but it's balanced both by the richness of the nuts and the sharpness of the Parm. The cheddar notes are quite good too. I like those. This is definitely a very messy mix though, so that's another reason I wouldn't get it again. If this is the flavor though, of the hot and spicy Parm crisp, those would be fantastic in a salad. And they're still very expensive for what you're getting. One of the reasons this is so expensive is because of the pistachios. Four ounces, I feel like this is probably overpriced. But you can get 4 ounces of just the Parm crisps, I think for about $3, maybe 4. That's a little bit more in line. Especially if you're using it as an accent. As a by itself snack, I don't think it's super successful. Parmesan is one of those cheeses for me that I consider just okay. And yes, I've had the Reggiano. Even cheeses from Italy, which are fantastic. Even those, it's just not my thing. A little goes a long way with me. Like I said, an accent. I wasn't planning on eating the whole bag, but that's all there is, this little cup. sometimes you'll get what I just did there. An extra hard nut. One of the reasons I dropped off doing so many nuts on the channel, even without going through everyone I could find, is because peanuts, I've broken teeth on peanuts twice. Which is a pain because I really like nuts. I love shoving nuts in my mouth. I don't really distinguish between tree nuts and like peanuts, which would be more in the ground. I guess those are technically legumes. I don't think I've ever come across a nut though I haven't liked. A lot of this is flavoring, a lot of this is pulverized Parm chips here at the bottom. I would say that's probably my favorite part. We're gonna call it good after this. This is really salty. Holy moly. Okay, so even though I am not, this is from That's How We Roll LLC, in case anyone was wondering. Alright, so even though I'm not a huge Parm fan, I think the Parm section of this worked out by far the best. Just we have the right flavor combination. We've got the cheddar, we've got the sort of bitey sharpness of that Parmesan, and we've got that flavoring system. So I will give this a default 1. I'm not going to give it a legit 1. It's not hot enough for that. I don't know anyone that would be challenged by this. Texturally, I don't dig nuts with the Parm crisp. I don't think, that didn't work for me. In fact, I found it more confusing than anything. If you're going to do that, I feel like here's the thing to do. Just crush up the Parm bits completely and use them as a flavoring powder with the nuts. I think trying to have whole pieces like that in there, it just really, I don't feel like it worked. And that was not the enjoyable parts either. I mean, it was nice to have some of the creamy sort of fatness of the nuts interplaying in there, but I think I definitely like the Parm crisp better, and I would have much preferred these be separated. But overall, this is I will say this is a quite tasty snack. It's not like I didn't enjoy it. I mean, I just ate the entire bag in front of you. Even for all that, like I said, heat is extremely minimal in this. If you like pistachios, there's not a lot of pistachio flavor here. Those, I think, got kind of drowned out. Same with cashews. Cashews and pistachios are fairly subtle flavors. Almond showed up a little bit more because that is both somewhat of a stronger flavor, but additionally there was more almonds than buy anything else according to the ingredient list. So I guess if you like those nuts, you might like this better. If you like Parm, you might like this better. I could definitely see, though, getting the hot and spicy Parm and having that in there as a salad, because I really, really did like the flavor that this was delivering on the Parm crisp, especially just the cheddar, the sharp Parm, and then whatever that sort of heat system that they're using here. I'm still not quite clear on what it is. It doesn't strike me as the awful Flamin' Hot, though. So happy to see that. Certainly not Screamin' Hot, but I guess if you really like those things, you could throw $6-7 at one of these. It's not worth it for me. I will not ever be doing this again. But it was not an unenjoyable experience, and I guess we'll just leave it there. So there you go, the Parm Crisps Screamin' Hot Snack Mix.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.